Can you just give us a brief overview about what we're seeing today at the EA presentation, please?
Yeah, the focus here today was all about the single player, so the city experience. We really wanted to show that. So while the graphics aren't final, we wanted to show exactly what that was looking like. Most importantly, we wanted to talk about Glassbox. So that's our new engine, that's our new simulation engine. So that's a lot of what we were showing today is some of the cool stuff that we could do with that, which is very new and different from previous SimCities.
Well, obviously bringing SimCity back to the masses is a huge undertaking. How did you guys tackle it?
Kind of like eating an elephant, one bite at a time. So they really thought long and hard about all the cool stuff that they could do, because obviously technology has changed a lot in the last 10 years since the last SimCity. So it really was just fertile open ground. So they knew we wanted to do multiplayer, so we focused on that. So it was built from the ground up for that. We knew we wanted to really have a much deeper, richer simulation experience. So Glassbox, the new technology that was created for this game, allows us to do that. And then we wanted to have a really nice, unique graphical look, which I think we're on the road to achieving with sort of the tilt-shift inspired graphics, which really looks kind of like a model city. So we're really excited about sort of those three things.
And how did you decide what you were bringing to this new SimCity? I mean, in paying homage to the past, but also wanting to do new things as well, I assume. So how did you draw that line?
Yeah, it was pretty easy because we knew we wanted to keep all the fun, cool things. So we keep the humor, we keep all the fun, crazy things about disasters. That's all still there from the old SimCity. So we didn't want to lose those elements. And then the new things we wanted to bring was all the cool stuff with Glassbox and all the cool things that we wanted to do. So again, it was wide open in terms of what they could do. So the team wanted to really make a difference and make the game very unique from what SimCity 4 was. So we got this all new graphical look. We're really much more of a true simulation now. The other thing is we wanted to make the game a lot easier to play. So not to dumb it down, so there's still all these cool data, but we're presenting it in a really accessible way so that almost anybody can jump in and figure out what's going on visually rather than have to look at charts and graphs like some of the old SimCities.
I guess it's one of those things, presenting such very dry statistics in an interesting way for a fan base. Now, just to touch upon visuals for the moment, because you've said about the Glassbox, making it look like a model city. Does that allow you, how do you draw the line of, okay, we want this to still look like a model city, but as we saw with the cars and the peoples, there's a very nice sort of iconic look to them. How do you decide what's right and what's too real?
Well, you just try to make it all fit. So it is a delicate dance in terms of matching this really cool visuals with then stuff that's practical and will actually work in the game to sort of get your message across. So it was definitely a nice balance, but I think we're achieving that.
And where are you guys now in development at the moment?
We're still early on, so we've got a long ways to go. Again, releasing next year in 2013. So the software we showed today is very early in development.
Now, can you sort of talk us through, we saw the various agents that factor into the gameplay. Can you sort of talk us through what those elements are?
Sure. So we really wanted to, again, to really simulate what was happening in a city. So I mentioned and showed earlier that power, like even power is actually an agent. So not only the Sims walking around agents, cars are actually carrying agents, which are Sims that are in the cars. And the building themselves are simulations. So we wanted to have all that fun, cool detail, make it visual, and again, present all this fun stuff to the player in unique ways.
Now, we saw sort of sim tech. We saw the coal mining operations. Is there just a logical expansion with what you want to create and what you want to put into the game that's based on real life?
There is. So we wanted to give player choice. So in previous SimCities, you really just kind of built one kind of city, sort of a giant metropolis like downtown Manhattan. We wanted to give player choice for different kinds of stuff they could do. So we did talk about sort of coal-oriented, sort of industrial city. So you could become a coal baron. That could be your specialization. You could also do a casino town. So you could focus on sort of building a Vegas-like city. Or maybe you want to focus on building an education city, like a university town. So all those, and we'll have other types that we'll announce later, but we wanted to give that player choice. So that's a really new and unique thing in the new SimCity.
Now, you mentioned during the presentation, is there any chance you can sort of touch upon, even in sort of broad terms, broad strokes, about the multiplayer aspect of SimCity?
Sure, I can touch on a little bit. So you're playing in interconnected cities that are in regions. So you're playing with other players, and you're also playing on a wider stage in sort of a SimCity world that's connected digitally. So on the wider stage, you can buy and sell goods. So there's like a world market that exists. There'll be world challenges. There'll be things that you can do in terms of, there's leaderboard stuff as well, so you can compete in that way. And at the region level, you can actually do projects that you cooperate on building, and we'll have a lot of cool stuff like that. You can buy and sell goods. You can actually do some really interesting things like maybe I don't want to have a police department. I want to do other stuff in my town because I want to be pristine and not have police running around. But I'm going to need police coverage or my town will get crime ridden. So maybe you and I are playing together and you say, okay, I'll build extra police coverage and I'll build some mods to my police. And so I'll cover you on that. So there's lots of interesting ways that you can share data, you can share people. If I don't have enough jobs in my city, my people actually leave and go to your city.
And that's through, like you're saying, it's live chat, you can actually talk to other players in your region and work out exactly what you want to do and what you agree upon.
That's correct. You can just quickly chat with somebody and either tell them stop polluting or too much crime.
Okay. And just to sort of wrap up, SimCity's been, it feels like it's one of those enduring gaming franchises. What's the legacy there? Why is it such a big name in the industry and why is it so enduring?
It's just, it tries to represent real life. And it's fun. It's, building cities. We all love to create stuff. So you get to sort of, again, it's a sandbox just as you do as your kid, building sandcastles and building all kinds of crazy stuff. You get to do that in a digital environment with SimCity. So I think that's kind of the main enduring thing there.
Listen, thank you very much indeed for your time. Very much look forward to playing it.